taking you in this moment. Come get close like you own it. Read your aura, you want more of all this love, you'll be your name. Release all of your burdens. It's been me you'll be searching. Take a load off and your clothes off. Just relax, you deserve it. You keep me up.
Hello and welcome to my video. In today's video we're doing a reading vlog for Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I read the other two as reading vlogs, so I thought I would do the third one as a reading vlog as well. As you can tell, I've already started this book. I kept forgetting to do an intro for you guys, and as well I've been working, so I've just been reading when I can. I'm not that far in it to say I've been reading it for about 4 days. I'm only 236 pages in, but yeah, I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and if you like reading vlogs and you want more, comment down below what books you would like me to do reading vlogs of, and I can do that for you. So far this one is Lucian and Salone's book, and they know each other beforehand because they grew up together, so like you get flashbacks up to 23 years, but not often because it's mainly in the present day. So you need to read Things We Never Got Over and Things We Hide from the Light before this one, because they kind of all carry on, and it just, everything makes sense of why things are happening in this book if you read the other two books. But Lucian doesn't live in the small town like Salone and the rest of them do. He lives in DC, but he comes back again to see her, and he owns this company and kind of like fights the bad guys in his own way, and you kind of find out what it is that he does, which is really interesting because like you get hints of it in the first two books but you never learn about it, and then in this one you learn about it. And I think it's because of his past and what happened to him as a kid of why he is the way he is. I'm not that far in because Lucy Score likes to make a slow burn and likes to give you little details but not everything all at once, so you kind of read it as you go. But I've got all this much to read left. But so far Salone's like an open book, but they don't tell each other, that no one knows even 200 and odd pages in why they're fighting with each other, so it really makes it interesting. But yeah, the first chapter name is Funeral Burrito, and each chapter has like a really fun one. Like I'm in chapter 18, it's called Ruin of the Past. So I think we soon get to know what actually went down between them. Who knows? But yeah, this book was heavy, so I've actually had to like fully crack the spine just to be able to read it. But you know, we move, it's fine. But yeah, if you like small town romance with like a bit of darkness in them, these are the books for you, because they're slightly dark but they're not too dark that you can't read them, if you know what I mean. They're not light and fluffy. So yeah, I'm going to carry on reading this. I am enjoying it so much. It is so good, and I waited like months to read this book, so I'm glad I'm finally getting around to it.
Got you on my mind. Seem like that's hard to find when they keep playing games, gazing into my eyes. Give me them butterflies, take me from low to highs. Want you here every day, can't get enough. You get me stuck. Got nothing to lose cause I'm a winner. I got everything here to offer. Everybody else is a beginner. I do more than talk, yeah, I deliver. Don't worry about me cause I'm a giver. Daddy, I'll do anything so I can make you mine.
This freaking book. This is my favourite one in the series. Have they all been 5 stars so far? Yes, but this one is my favourite. Oh my days. They're like, you're learning about why they hate each other, and I've learned about that, and okay, I get it, but I also get it from Simone's point of view, so you know, I get both points of views, but I agree with what Simone did. But when you learn about what happens to Nash and you kind of understand why at the time that it happened 23 years ago with the person that they had in charge, it makes sense why Lucian didn't want the police involved. Please do check triggers though when you're reading this, because my god, there is some triggering stuff. If that is not your, if something, yeah, just check triggers, because each of the books are slightly dark but in a way that you can deal with. This one I think is one of the darkest, just with what happens. But oh my days, the scene where Simone and like Lucien are in the same hotel that Lucien owns, and Simone's just trying to pick up a guy because she needs a good fuck, and he sees her and is like, pushes every one of the guys away, and the guys are like, I'm not getting involved in this whatsoever. And then he goes, and then she's like, I just need a good fuck, basically. And he's like, well, let's go upstairs then. And then the spiraling events happen. Oh my days. It's beautiful. The spice in this, it's like Lucien is a suit daddy. He is a suit daddy, and somebody called him, I think Simone called him that in this, and yes, just yes. This is a 600 page book, but my god, it is worth the 600 pages. I'm 361 pages in, and my god, it is so good. Like, it's just incredible. Like, oh, it's everything. It's just this. I have raved on about this book to so many people, like in work when people have been picking it up. I'm like, have you read the others? And if they're like, no, I've made them buy the entire series because it's just beautiful. Or if they've gone, yeah, I'm like, you instantly read it, because this book is just, this book is everything and more. It is beautiful and just amazing, and this is amazing, just absolutely freaking delicious. So I'm gonna carry on reading now because I need to know what happens. I just need to know what happens next, like right now. Hello, please ignore the state of me. I have really bad wisdom problems currently, but painkillers have kicked in enough that I can speak. So just ignore this that's going on. I really wanted to finish this video for you guys and get it up ASAP. So that's why I'm coming to you looking like this. Because we have finished Things We Left Behind by Lucy Scott. I left myself a few days just to kind of mull over my thoughts. This book was incredible. 5-star read. 5 stars. I absolutely love this book so much. I've been waiting for this book since the very beginning. Since Knox's and Naomi's, sorry, I'm on very strong painkillers right now, book. I have been waiting for Lucien and Simone's because I've wanted to know what happened between them two and why they act the way they do around each other. And I was right from the very beginning. I knew they had a crush on each other, and I knew something in the past had, like, they'd been together at one point. And just the way like this book goes through the emotions and things that happen in such a way that you feel connected to each character, and that is what I love about Lucy Scott's writing. She deals with quite deep topics. Like this one deals with abuse and it's domestic violence and death and grief in such a way that is incredible. She goes through these books in a way that you're like, okay, you can read it, you can deal with it, you can develop with the characters and see what they're going through and feel the grief with them. I was crying at points in this book when I don't think I would have thought I would have, but I was, because of the way Lucy Scott writes. Like, you just get so attached to these characters. Like the Knockmount series, I've become so attached to each of the characters that now, like, they're embedded in me kind of thing. It's very similar with Kate Stewart's writing, and these books are just incredible. 5 stars. Just a quick overview of what this book is about. It's Lucien and Simone's book. They are introduced in the first 2, which I will put here. That is things we never got over and things we hide in the dark. So you need to read them in order, otherwise they don't make sense, because things do happen, and this book is the finale. Like in the end of this book you read like Lucy Scott's little memo and she's like, this is the end, and I literally cried because I'm like I want more. Like, and the epilogue at the end, it just brought everything together so perfectly that it all just it just kind of worked, and it synced, and it was just everything and more. Like, these books are just incredible. These are always slow burns. These are 500 plus pages of books. All three of them are 500 pages plus. And for some people that's a big book for a romance book, but these aren't just a romance book. Like, these deal with the deeper topics that some romance books don't. And they do get quite dark. They're not a dark romance, but they deal with darker topics, which is why I can deal with, like, the 500 plus pages. I don't know, like, this book, like, how do I describe it? I don't know, but I can give you the feeling, and it's just a found family. Like, I feel like I found a family in these books, and that's what I loved about the 2 epilogues, because you always get 2 epilogues, and that's what I love about them. Like, you just feel like you've found them. Like, you've just found a family, and that is what I loved. And I love books that found family in this sort of way, especially when it's a series and you've ended the series and it's just rounded everything off so perfectly, and you're, like, so happy for each of them. And yeah, this series will always be part of my life. I will put in the cards for you guys both my other vlogs for this series, so you can watch them in case you haven't. But yeah, this book series, go read it. I'm actually going to grab the other 2 for you. This is the series. If you've not read it, you need to read this one right here. You need to go read it. Like, I've convinced my friend to read this so many times, and I'm actually, if she doesn't get it soon. These are my copies. These are my babies. I will never get rid of these, but these are just absolutely incredible. Please do go buy them. Please go read them. Please let me know on my social medias, which is tanwen.books, what you think to them. Just, if you've read them and you want to chat about them, let me know. If you've not read them and you're reading them due to my 3 vlogs of them, please do let me know. And I want to know all your thoughts, and comment what you love about them, and just let's share the family together, because these books are just, they're the perfect little fine family, you know? They're everything. Also, the colours are so cute. Can we not omit these colours? And the colour, and like, this has got daisies on, and it explains why in the book it's got daisies, and like, this one's got this one, and this one's got cherry blossoms on it, because of, like, oh, the tree, and the tree is so important, and like, the tree is just everything. Like, you don't understand how, like, these flowers, they make so much sense. And yeah, please just go read these, because you need these in your life. And yeah, that's how I'm gonna end this reading vlog. If you've not read them, please go read them, because you need this family and this brotherhood and this sisterhood in your life, and these friends and the romances. You just need them. So please go read. And I'll see you guys next time in my next video, which is going to be a Wildfire by Hannah Grace reading vlog, because your girl got it early and I've been vlogging it for you guys because I knew you guys would want to see it. So don't forget, that is coming up. But yeah, I am just so happy I have these in my hand, so I hope you enjoy them.
Daddy, I'll do